funding the most extensive terrorist network in history. The sanctions against Iran were producing a growing popular resistance to the regime, yet each time the opposition was about to boil over, President Obama and later Mr. Biden took billions of dollars owned by the Iranian people and instead turned them over to the oppressors of the Iranian people. Biden's refusal to enforce sanctions has meant more than $30 billion of revenues to Iran. The American government was about to release another $6 billion when the attack on Israel embarrassed them to at least temporarily back down. We must understand that when this government releases money to Iran or relaxes the enforcement of sanctions, it is funding the very terror operations directed against the Iranian people, the people of Israel, and someday soon, I am afraid, against the people of the United States. When we leave our borders wide open, we are creating an open pathway for terrorists into our country. And when we send aid to Hamas-controlled Gaza, we give aid and comfort to the very forces that unleashed such terror on October 7th, that daily practice such horrors on their own people, and who aspire to unleash it against America. I have known the Iranian opposition for many years, and I've seen the strong bipartisan support for it that has been expressed time and time again in the U.S. Congress. Congress has repeatedly opposed attempts by the mullahs to marginalize, divide, discredit, and suppress the Iranian freedom movement, and particularly its driving force, the MEK. The Congress has repeatedly called for the protection of Iranian dissidents at Ashraf, both in Iraq and later Albania. We have seen that support manifest with the removal of the unfair sanctions against MEK, not only by this country, but by so many European governments as well. These efforts are part of a growing realization that the Iranian resistance must be united and that freedom-loving people around the world must rally behind them. The Congress has made its position clear, and I fervently urge the President and his administration to do the same. The world will never be safe from international terrorism as long as the Iranian regime holds power. And in this season, in which we fervently pray for peace, it is essential that we back those prayers with action to remove the principal threat to peace in the world today. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege and high honor to introduce to you the leader of the Iranian resistance, Madam Maryam Rajavi, the President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran.